question can be asked, first of all, let us generalize what I proved here. Okay, if a body is released from h naught height, then velocity after nth collision is equals to e power n into root 2g h naught, and height attained after nth collision equals to e power 2n into h naught. Okay, and if I draw the diagram here, let this be the surface, and for the surface the velocity before is u2 prime, after collision is v2 prime, they both are equals to 0. Now from here the body is dropped, so that is initial velocity is 0 and it will come downward with the help of gravity. So it will come down and it will hit the ground with some velocity under root of 2g h naught. This is going to be u1, and once after hitting it will be going back with some speed v1, and up to some height it can go say h1 meters, and then again come back. While it is coming down, it will reach the ground with the same speed as that of v1 but downward direction. And after second impact, this is first impact, and after second, this is what second impact. After second impact it will go with some v2 speed and it may reach some height which is less than h1. This is h2, and again it will come back because of gravity and hits the ground with the same speed v2 but in the downward direction. Okay, and this is the third impact. Okay, so v1 is e power 1 into root 2g h naught, v2 will be e power 2 into root 2g h naught, and so on. E power n into root 2g h naught will be the velocity of the ball after nth impact. Okay, corresponding height, if you take h1 is going to be e square h naught, h2 is going to be e power 4 h naught, and so on. hn will be e power 2n into h naught. Okay, this is how the situation will be. And special case I can have, special case, if the collision is elastic. Okay, if the collision is elastic, then E equals to 1. If E equals to 1, this formula Vn will be equals to 1 power n will be 1, which is always root 2g h naught, and hn, that is height after nth collision, will be equals to e power 2n, means 1 power 2n will be again 1, so h naught. So if the collision is elastic, then each time it is bouncing from the floor, it will attain the same speed, and every time it will go to the same height and again come back. So how long it will do that oscillations, right? It will do forever until someone stops that. Okay, that is what actually it is a special case, that is collision is elastic collision, which is not exactly it is existing in the nature, because in the nature there is no ideal elastic collision in the macroscopic world. In microscopic world only there will be some perfectly elastic collisions. Microscopic world means like in between two subatomic particles like electrons, protons. Okay, subatomic level if you go, then there will be some collisions which are elastic. Okay, so let us proceed next to the topic. So these are the two formula I given here, please try to understand. So next, what they will ask, time of travel, that how much time it will take to reach the ground. So as I told you already, when we are calculating the time, first it will go, it will come from here. Okay, it will take some time, say t naught, which is equals to under root of 2 h naught by g. And you can ask me a question here, from where this formula is coming from, the s equals to ut plus half vat square formula. We can derive this by taking initial velocity 0, s equals to h naught, and time t is t naught. Okay, when it is coming down, initially it will take this time, and when it is going upward with a velocity after first impact, and after second impact it will go with some v2, after third impact it will go with some v3, and so on. After nth impact it will go with some speed vn. Okay, so for first impact, after first impact it may go some height, and for that it may take some time t1, and after second impact it will go some other height h2, it will take t2 time, and so on. And for the last one it may be taking some tn. Here you should understand that is in motion in 1D kinematics, motion under gravity, when a body is thrown vertically upward, it will take 2 times u by g time. I mean the time of travel is going to be, time of flight is going to be time of ascent plus time of descent. That is going to be 2 times initial velocity by g. So here the time taken to go from surface to the h1 is v1 by g, and again from h1 to the surface it is one more v1 by g, so 2v1 by g is the total time. Next, after second impact, time taken to go to the h2 height, it will take v2 by g, and again from h2 to ground it will take one more v2 by g, that is 2 times v2 by g, and similarly for this case also 2 times v3 by g, and so on. So the total time is going to be, the total time t equals to this t naught plus 2v1 by g plus 2v2 by g plus 2v3 by g, and so on. The last one is vn. Okay, that is 2 times vn by g. I think you understood this. Okay, why the 2 is coming? Because of the formula time of flight is equals to 2u by g, which you have to understand or you have to take from the motion in 1D kinematics chapter. Okay, so the total time when you calculate this, you have to add, and don't you forget that v1 is what formula? E power 1 into under root of 2g h naught. So if you substitute t naught plus 2 by g into e into root 2g h naught, this is actually v1, plus again 2 by g into v2 will be e square into root 2g h naught, and so on you can take. Okay, and when you take the total time t equals to t naught plus 2 by g e into, actually t naught is what? Root 2g to h naught by g, and this we can say root g by g will be 1 by root g. So by manipulating, like by calculating this one, we can have t naught plus 2 times t naught, 2 times e into t naught. Okay, 2 into e into t naught, and this is going to be 2e square into t naught plus, and so on. Okay, so if you take t naught common, then 1 plus 2e plus 1 plus 2e plus 2e square plus 2e cube, and so on it will be, and t naught as it is 1 plus 2e, I can take common, it will be 1 plus e plus e square plus, and so on. So this is going to be, in 10th standard topic mathematics, it is a geometric progression. Okay, it is geometric progression we can have. So t naught into 1 plus 2e, the sum of infinity terms in the geometric progression is going to be a by 1 minus r. This formula you have to remember from the mathematics, that is geometrical progression. A here starting term, that is 1, and r is a common ratio, that is nth term divided by n minus 1th term. Okay, that is either second by 1 first term or third term by second term, like fourth term by third term. That is that if you take the ratio, e by 1 is e square by e is also e cube by e square will be again e. Okay, common ratio is going to be e. So I can take a divided by a means 1 here, 1 divided by 1 minus e. Okay, so this will be t naught into, if you take LCM, 1 minus e plus 2e, 1 minus e plus 2e divided by 1 minus e. So overall you can this one, it is going to be, I can rearrange here itself, it is 1 plus e by 1 minus e. This is going to be the time taken, the total time taken when it is coming to rest. Here what is t naught? It is under root of 2 h naught by g. You should substitute here. And here also one special case is there, that if the collision is elastic, suppose, then e equals to how much? 1. Then 1 minus 1 will be 0, something by 0 will be infinity. So time is going to be infinity, which means for infinite time it will be keep on oscillating, which I told you already in the previous case, right? I hope you got the clarity. And next